Honestly, I don't know why people are upset. I mean, everything's all white. I did succeed at one thing. Well, a couple things, but one thing I think it should get credit for is uniting the white and black community, or some elements of the black and white community, in shitting on it. And that is quite an accomplishment. Like, if there's one thing I have grown to appreciate about wokeness, it's that even though it's like destroyed race relations or is trying to, uh, it also seems to unite the races at certain points, which I find very funny. And I was originally not going to talk about this because that would me be giving them more attention than they deserve. But then again, I thought, you know what? I am a small town show. I am a nobody. No one is going to, not a lot of people are going to see this, and not a lot of people are going to care what I have to say, but fuck it, I wanted to at least say my piece on it. Which is kind of hypocritical because I said stop giving attention to stuff, but again, fuck it. I just found it funny, like, it seems okay to bash on white people. Now, imagine if a bunch of white people said this about every other race that was in this document, or maybe, yeah. Just imagine that. Do you know the shit that would be rained down on us like hellfire and the violent circle of hell in the Dante's Inferno video game? Like, it would not be pretty. Like, they would probably be trying to crucify the people so hard, Jesus would be jealous. But it seems that as if you're white, oh no, it's okay to shit on them. Like they, fuck them. They're not people. They have no rights. They have no right to human decency. Like that's how I view woke people's perception of white people and people who don't go along with their bullshit. So yeah, I think this was just a racist documentary propagated by race hustlers. Because if from what I've been hearing of the people who spoke in it, each and every one of them are nothing more than glorified hate mongers who sow racial division for their own profit. I mean, Sarah Source, or Source, she's the only one in there I recognize, but I do know she is an anti Semite. She advocates for Sharia law in America, a law that forces women to wear a fucking hijab, apparently. Like, if you like all this stuff about Islam, go back to the backwater country where that, well, not backwater, because some people there are actually not, but go back to the country where this stuff is the norm. Don't bring it here. People left that country for better opportunities where they didn't have to worry about their husband beating the shit out of them. Or at least they could hope he wouldn't. So, yeah, this was a piece of racial hustling propaganda. It's gaslighting. And the fact that the producer of it said it was just racist, no, it wasn't racist. What you produced was racist. What you put out was racist. And I'm glad people are shitting on it and taking a piss on it. Frankly, I would just say shit on it because I wouldn't piss on this thing if it was on fire. I hope everyone involved gets ratioed. I hope this thing is... Like, this was... I almost want to say birth of a nation for white people. I almost want to say that, but that would... I might be wrong there because we're getting lots of that anyway. We are getting the white version of birth of a nation in various forms in media now. So maybe this is not a fair comparison, but at the same time, for fuck's sake. And I don't think we should have been surprised that this came out. I mean, really, look at the way entertainment has gone. You have stuff like Dear White People. You have shows that, quite frankly, talk down to the audience, that speak about white people as if they are these subhuman pieces of shit. So basically how the progressives think black people get treated 100% of the time. And it's just like, I want to swear more. There are certain words I wish I could say right now. Actually, no, there aren't a lot of words I won't say. But anyway. Like this documentary is just propaganda, and it is progressive propaganda. It is left, well... think the more radical elements of leftism, it is that kind of propaganda. Racial division, and this is how they make money. So I think we should expect shit like this and more of it in the future for... I mean, wokeness seems to be losing steam in the entertainment industry or not making as much money, but they are too stubborn to admit they made the wrong call. And they're like, fuck it. And to address some of the stuff they talk about in the series, or at least in the trailer, and by the way, that trailer has gotten ratioed so hard it is not even funny from the times I've seen it's been downvoted. As for the whole white people should white people feel guilty about their ancestors owning slaves? No, no. This is coming from a guy who I'm pretty sure my ancestor did own a slave. Although, from what I hear, he was actually nice to his, but that could just be the family sugarcoating it or trying to downplay it. But yeah, I feel not 1 ounce of guilt for him owning a slave. I feel nothing. Granted, I usually don't feel anything anyway, so there's that. So I feel nothing. And this society was built based on what? No, no, it wasn't based on whiteness. Well, not 100% anyway. And what does that say then about whiteness in general? Is that it's subhuman, it's inferior, it's this antiquated thing that needs to be gotten rid of? Imagine if I said that about blackness. Again, I would be crucified so bad that Jesus would be jealous. Either that, or Pontius Pilate and the Jews who were crusading to have Jesus crucified would probably be like, harsh. That would be the treatment I would probably get if I said that about blackness. So, yeah. And I know as of late it's been popular to bitch about Martin Luther King because he had some less than savory things in his closet. But yeah, he must be like, what the fuck? I mean, I hear he probably would have been okay with BLM and critical race theory, but even he would probably be like, okay, I'm not saying. Oh, actually, I have no idea what he would think because I know nothing about him personally, but even he would probably be like, what the fuck? You're supposed to be subtle, dumbasses. Subtle. Maybe. Maybe. That. I still have to research. I should not scratch that. I have better things to do. And Malcolm X, he must be like. Anyway, I think Young Ripa had the best description of this documentary. It is beta male bullshit. It is begging to be accepted while browbeating people. Which, by the way, you don't have to beg to be accepted. You have been accepted since the 60s. Sort of. And it's race hustlers like the people who made this fucking documentary that barely passes for one. And documentaries have really gone to hell in recent years. Like, I miss the days when they were just informing people on the subject and sort of defending people. Not insulting people and slandering them and throwing them under the fucking bus. Like Obama. And yeah, so this is just stupid. This is a goat fuck that could rival Gettysburg in certain respects. And yeah, and I think they were also kind of outraged doing them being a boon for them here. Yeah, sorry, motherfucker, I don't see the outrage helping you here. Well, no, some people will probably hate watch it. Kind of like how I do Red Letter Media because they are the embodiment of fucking hipster douchebaggery I've ever seen and entitlement. But anyway. Those are my thoughts on everything's going to be all white. The people who made it should be ashamed of themselves. Actually, no, not should be ashamed of themselves. Well, actually, I can't say what you should do because I'll get a copyright. I'll probably get this video struck or audio struck. And I have no time to deal with YouTube's bullshittery. Granted, I'm a nobody, so they haven't fucked with any of my videos yet. Keyword yet. But now, if you like the documentary, I would say get help. But then again, I thought, fuck it, not worth my time. Much like this video was not worth my time, except to blow off some steam and get some stuff off my chest. And another parting thing for the guy who said white people should feel guilty about slavery. So does that include the black guy who owned slaves back in the day? Because there was a case of that. And also, does that mean Egyptians should feel bad because some of their ancestors used to have slaves? Or also, I really feel like they think they're the grand champions of the oppression Olympics. I got news for you people like this. You are not the grand champions of the oppression Olympics. That distinct dishonor goes to the Jewish people, the Romani, then redheads. You're dead last. Like those of you who think you're the descendants of people who've been wronged by white people, yeah, no, you are in last place. And I'm probably gonna get hate for that, but you know what? Fuck it. I've been wanting to use that for a while. It's Jews, Romani, then redheads. They are in the oppression Olympic winning circle, as far as I'm concerned, because they've having to put up with this bullshit a lot longer. Actually, they've had to put up with different degrees of bullshit. It's weird. It's a weird thing, really. If you look up how redheads have been treated, and when you look up how the gypsies got to where they were shit on, it's just weird. It's weird. I'm sorry, that one dragged out. Point is, this whole oppression Olympics bullshit, this beta male bullshit, it needs to stop. Like, if you want to be respected, well, stop being like this would be a good start, because I actually respect black people who are not insecure assholes. That or I have something in common with, but yeah, for the most part, that's how black people usually get my respect. And, yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. No idea if I'm going to upload this, but boy, did it feel good to get off my chest. Have a nice day, and remember the game was rigged from the start.